Every 4 years, millions of perfectly good husbands vanish, and nobody files a missing person report. My friend Margaret's husband did not disappear gradually. He did not ease into it. One Tuesday in June, she came downstairs and the living room had been completely rearranged. The couch was now facing the television at a very specific angle. There was a cooler, in the living room, with drinks inside it. She said she stood there for a full minute just looking at it. Then she turned around, went back upstairs, and did not come down for 2 hours. He was not a bad man. He was a lovely man. He just also happened to become a completely different person every time the World Cup came around. A person who required a cooler in the living room. And the thing is, Margaret knew. She had seen it before. She had lived through 1998, 2002, 2006. She knew exactly what was walking through that door the moment the tournament schedule dropped. She just did not expect the cooler. That was new. Welcome back to Diary After 50. And if you are brand new here, welcome. You picked a good day to show up. If you have ever been Margaret, this one is for you. And if you have ever been Margaret's husband, do not go anywhere either. Because Gloria has got something for you too. Let us talk about what actually happens to a man when the World Cup begins. Because I have watched this enough times from enough angles to give you a very detailed report. The man, you know, the one who forgets to buy milk, who cannot find his own keys, who asks you 3 times what time dinner is. That man suddenly develops the memory of an archivist. He knows every player, every squad number, every group stage fixture from 6 different nations. He knows which referee made a controversial call in a qualifying match 6 months ago. He has opinions. Loud, specific, well-researched opinions. Where was all of this energy in February? Nobody knows. And the rituals. Oh, the rituals. There is the jersey. There is always a jersey. A man who has not run since 2011 will put on a national football jersey with complete conviction and wear it for 30 days straight. He will wash it carefully. He will hang it gently. The jersey gets more attention than the car. There is the pre-match silence in the 30 minutes before kickoff. Do not ask him anything during this window. You will not get an answer. He is somewhere else. He has already left the building emotionally. There is the superstition. The seat he has to sit in. The snack that has to be present. I know a man, a grown man in his 60s, who refused to sit in his usual armchair for an entire tournament because his team lost when he sat there in the first match. He watched every remaining game from a kitchen stool. His back hurt for 3 weeks. His team still went out in the quarterfinals. He blamed the stool. And here is the thing Gloria wants you to understand. You cannot be angry at any of this. Not really. Because what you are actually watching is a man fully, completely, unashamedly alive in something he loves. That is rare. That is actually beautiful in a slightly chaotic and completely inconvenient way. The problem has never been the football. The problem is that half the household has been left out of it entirely. Because the women in these houses? They have their own World Cup story. And it is not the one you think. Okay. I need to talk to the women now. And I need you to actually hear this. Not as a complaint and not as advice. As a challenge. For decades, a whole generation of women sat on the outside of the World Cup and just waited for it to be over. They cooked. They read. They called their sisters. They made peace with the television being occupied for a month and told themselves they simply did not understand football, and that was fine. I know a woman, sharp, funny, opinionated about everything, who spent 4 different World Cups sitting in the kitchen making elaborate food she did not even need to make. Not because she wanted to cook. Because she did not know what else to do with herself while the house was consumed by something she had never let herself into. She told me years later that she actually remembered some of those matches drifting through from the other room. She remembered the roar when a goal went in. She never went in to see it. I am not here to make that woman feel bad. I am here to say, it does not have to be that way anymore. Here is what I know for certain. You do not need to understand the offside rule to have a favorite team. You do not need to know formation numbers or transfer fees or any of that. You do not need to become a football scholar. You just need to walk into the room. Pick a team, any team, for whatever reason you want, and say the words out loud. Watch what happens. I have seen women in their 60s discover they are genuinely, surprisingly passionate about football. Not because anyone taught them the tactics, but because they finally gave themselves permission to care. To have a stake. To shout at a television. To feel something on behalf of 11 people they have never met running around a pitch in another country. That feeling is available to you. It always was. Hold on. Before we go any further, if this is landing for you right now, if you are nodding or laughing or already thinking about which country you are picking, hit that subscribe button. Because Diary After 50 is where these conversations live. The ones nobody else is having. Like this. Leave a comment too. Tell me something. I actually read them. Okay. Back to the matter. The World Cup is one of the few moments in the world where billions of strangers are feeling the exact same thing at the exact same time. Joy, heartbreak, disbelief, that specific agony of a missed penalty. Older people understand better than anyone what it means to share an experience with the people around you. We have buried friends. We have held hands at hospital bedsides. We know what it means to be present for something together. The World Cup is not as weighty as those things. But the togetherness is real. And you are allowed to be part of it. So walk into the room. Sit down. Ask one question. Just one. Let him explain something. Let yourself get slightly invested. And then see what happens to a marriage when you stop being on opposite sides of a television and start being in it together for once. That is the story no one tells about the World Cup and older couples. Not the disappearance. The return. And now, because Gloria does not just talk about things, Gloria actually does them. Here is what we are going to do right now. Together. You know what? I just decided something. Diary After 50 is picking a team for this World Cup. And we are not picking it alone. I want you right now today to drop your country in the comments below. The country you are from. The country you love. The country whose jersey you would wear on a kitchen stool for 30 days if you had to. Whatever your reason. Just drop it. Whichever country gets the most comments. That is the team Diary After 50 is riding with for the entire tournament. We are going to follow that team, react to that team, feel things about that team together. Every goal, every heartbreak, every penalty shootout that gives us all a mild cardiac event. We are doing it as a community. Because that is what this channel is. Not just a place where you come to hear Gloria talk. A place where you actually belong. So drop your country. Tell a friend to drop theirs. Let us see who wins the comment section before the tournament even begins. And if your team gets knocked out early, we do not talk about it. We support each other and we move on. That is also a life skill. This is Diary After 50. Gloria will see you in the next one. And bring your cooler if you want to. I am not judging.